Jai Hind, dear children. Welcome back our next class. In this class, we are going to learn about history, last chapter, India after independence. The following are the important topics we are discussing today. The first one is summary. The second one is a new and divided nation. The third one is a constitution is written. Fourth one is how were states to be formed. Fifth one is planning for development. And the last one is the nation 60 years old. So, dear children, keep watching the class carefully. The first one is a small summary about this chapter. After a long and difficult freedom struggle, India attained her independence from British rule in 1947. However, this independence came with the partition of the country. A new state of Pakistan was created with the portions of western and eastern India. After independence, a constitution was framed. New states were formed, planning for the development of the country. The next one is India after independence. After so many years of struggle and hardship, India finally attained freedom from the British Raj on 15th August 1947. So don't forget that India attained freedom from the British Raj on 15th August 1947. The next topic is a new and divided nation. After independence, India faced a series of enormous challenges like the problem of refugees and of the princely states had to be added. The new nation had to adopt a political system that would best serve the hopes and expectations of its population. India's population in 1947 was large and was divided. Division between high caste and low caste, between majority Hindu community and Indians who practice other faith could be seen. These were dependent on the monsoons for their survival. The new nation had to lift its masses out of poverty by increasing the productivity of agriculture and by promoting new job-creating industries. Unity and development goes hand in hand. If the divisions between sections of India were not healed, they could result in violent conflict. Example, Hindus vs Muslim high caste fighting with the low caste. The next topic is a constitution is written. The Constitution of India is a document that establishes the political values, the powers of government and the right of the citizens of the country. It is the supreme law of India. The meetings of Constituent Assembly were held in New Delhi and representatives from all parts of India attended the meeting. These discussions resulted in the framing of Indian Constitution, which came to effect on 26th January 1950. So dear children, please underline this line. The Indian Constitution came into force on 26th January 1950. One feature of the Constitution was its adoption of universal adult franchise. That means all Indians above the age of 21 would be allowed to vote in the state and national elections. This was the revolutionary step as Indians never had been allowed to choose their own leaders. It guaranteed equality before the law to all citizens, regardless of their caste or religious affiliation. This was Constitution's second feature. The first feature is the adoption of universal adult franchise. The second one is equality before law. The third feature of the Constitution was that it offered special privileges for the poorest and the most disadvantaged group of India. The practice of untouchability was abolished. This was one of the another feature of Indian Constitution. The Constitution sought to strike a balance of power between the center and states by providing three lists of subjects, which are union list, state list and concurrent list. So dear children, please underline this line. What is union list, state list and concurrent list? The union list has subjects like taxes, defense and foreign affairs, which are the responsibility of the center. The state list has subjects like education and health, which would be taken care of principally by the state. The concurrent list comprises of forest, agriculture, etc., in which the center and the state would have joint responsibility. Here we must know about the union list. It consisting of taxes, defense and foreign affairs. It's the responsibility of the center. And the state list, it consisting of education and health. It was taken care of the state only. And the concurrent list comprising of forest and agriculture, and the center and the state would have joint responsibility. Hindi was designated as official language of India, and English would be used in the courts, the services and communication between one state and another. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee and under whose supervision the document was finalized, played an important role in framing the Indian Constitution and referred to as the father of Indian Constitution. So here Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he was one of the chairman of drafting committee and he was popularly known as the father of Indian Constitution. Next main topic is how were states to be formed. In 1920s, the Indian National Congress amended its constitution and reorganized its regional branches on the basis of linguistic groups. Linguistic means language. Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of linguistic states. In October 1952, a veteran Gandhian named Potti Sriramalu went on the hunger strike demanding the formation of Andhra Pradesh to protect the interest of Telugu-speaking people. On 15th December 1952, 58 days into his fast, Potti Sriramalu died. His death led to a violence all over the state and central government was forced to give in the demand. So he was one of the freedom fighter, fight for the formation of a new state, that Telugu state, that is Telugu is the official language of Andhra Pradesh. So after his death, a Telugu state or Andhra Pradesh was formed. On 1st October 1953, the new state of Andhra Pradesh was created. After creation of Andhra Pradesh, other linguistic communities also demanded separate states. Therefore, a state reorganization commission was set up. Following recommendations were done, the large Hindi-speaking regions of North India was also to be broken up into several states. The bilingual states of Bombay was divided into separate states for Marathi and Gujarati speakers. The state of Punjab was also divided into Punjab and Haryana. The next topic is planning for development. Among the major objectives of the new nation, lifting India and Indians out of poverty and building a modern technical and industrial base were very strong. In 1950, the government set up a planning commission to help design and execute suitable policies for economic development. It was agreed that India would follow mixed economy model whether both public and private sectors would coexist for the economic development of the nation. The next one is the nation 60 years on. On 15th August 2007, India celebrated 60 years of its existence as a free nation. In these 60 years, India has been many achievements as well as failures. Success during 60 years of India were still a united and a democratic country. There is unity in diversity. There is a free press and an independent judiciary. Failures during 60 years of India, deep divisions persist despite constitutional guarantees. The untouchables or the Dalits face violence and discriminations and clashes between different religious groups in many states. The gulf between the rich and the poor has widened over these years. So dear children, this much about in this chapter. So read the chapter thoroughly and prepare the notes.
India after independence. The partition of India. India gained her independence on 15th August 1947. India got its independence with lots of challenges. The partition of India into dominions of India and Pakistan. Millions of people migrated to India from northwest frontier province, Sindh, Balochistan and East Bengal. The shifting of people cost thousands of lives and displaced millions. The peaceful relations between different religions turned into mistrust and violence. The refugee camps were constructed for the refugees, which later transformed into permanent housing colonies. The making of the Constitution. A Constituent Assembly was set up to draft the Indian Constitution. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. On 26 January 1950, India became a sovereign, democratic republic. Recognition of states. India had been into provinces under the British rule. After independence, our leaders decided to recognize the country into states and union territories. Hindi was chosen as the official language of India, and English would be used in government offices.